We made our way down to San Felipe on Thursday, so we'd have a chance to catch part of qualifying and also to get an early start on Friday to see where we need to be for our remote pit. I rode out with Darren in his Gladiator, as my red truck's not quite ready to make the trip yet, still trying to work out some of the bugs and get some miles on it before we take a trip like this down into Mexico. Don't want to have any breakdowns down here, because it's a long ways away to get any parts. This is Darren doing about 65 across the lake bed. Race day, they'll be doing about double that.
Well, here's Darren and I out here at about race marker 125. We are in the middle of nowhere. There is nothing else around. We drove out here just to see in case Christopher has a breakdown or something, he needs something. But yeah, we are out here. There ain't nothing around out here, so it's a long ways to be broke down. But we're sitting here having a quick bite real quick before we head back and double check the route for another direction in case he needs help somewhere else.
Taking a selfie, one of the other race teams, helicopter flew over.
Well, we came across this thing out here along the race course, and as best as we can determine, because I don't know the language very well, is it some sort of a call box if you're stranded out here. Don't know if it works, but looks like this is number 9. Well, we're using the Onyx app on the Gladiator here today. We're also using it on the phone for tracking. So we can see the track takes off to the left. We're going to go to the right. Try to keep off the track as much as possible so we can reach these different places in case we need to help out the race team. Darren and I are well off the race course. We're just trying to make our way back around. We're picking this one, which we thought was going to be a much better road. It's definitely a Jeep road to get back around over to the race course and some of the other mile markers there, a little bit closer where we need to be. But we did come across this road, and it's actually very pretty back here. I wouldn't mind coming back here and doing some camping sometime. There's really pretty country out in this area.
Just cruising along, seeing if this is a good way to head back from the remote pit. As this section of the road looks pretty smooth, the rest of the road was pretty tore up. Friday night before the race had this beautiful sunset.
Here we are going across the lake bed, getting ready to go out to the remote pit. Sounds like we're really hauling ass by the sound, but we've actually got live streaming going up Chris's car right there. We got his sound playing over the speakers in the Gladiator, so it's kind of a neat sensation because we have his sound, but we're in the Gladiator.
Since time-wise we're way ahead of the racers, we decided just to get on the lake bed and make our way out to the remote pit. It was about 35 miles of just driving like this, but it sure made it quick to get out there. Coming back was much slower. Best case scenario for us, Christopher drove right on by, not needing any help or tire racked or anything. So we started making our way back, and that gave us a chance to parallel the racetrack and watch some of the racers going by at speed. Coming back was much slower, having to be off the race course and making sure we're out of the way of the racers. So we stopped here for lunch and just kind of took in the whole vastness of where we were. On the way back, we'd heard that Christopher had broke a rear drive shaft about 2 miles from the finish line. He did manage to limp on in. After we got back, we went over to Pete's camp. Even though it wasn't the celebration we wanted to have, we still had a good time.
6 o'clock Sunday morning, heading back home from San Felipe, and we've got a beautiful sunrise starting to come up over here, and on across the other way